Hello world, welcome to my channel, Proteus Augustus. I'm an artist, scientist, and American Constitutionist. Today is March 7th, 2021. In this video, I just want to give an update on what's happened the last 4 or 5 days since I've been in Denver. I took the bus from Pueblo up to Denver thinking that, they were regular routes, like what I'm used to, but these are regional routes. And the bus was coming up from Trinidad, and it was 3 hours late getting to Pueblo. And in those 3 hours I had to wait, I encountered some individuals that pretty much informed me of what the street life is going around that area. There was a couple of women, they streetwalkers, you know what I'm saying? They got business to take care of too, right? But I know what I know, okay? So, but anyways, bus was late. Got all these dudes trying to interact with me, man. I'm like, listen, I'm not interested in having a conversation with you, man. And some want to get hostile. Why do they want to have a conversation with me in the first place? I mean, I don't walk up to strange dudes and try to carry conversation. I mean, if I'm in the store or something, or in a restaurant, that's different. It's just passive conversation. These dudes are coming up to me trying to engage me and being my friend or whatever. Listen, dude. Why? I mean, I only tolerate a little bit of conversation before it's like, listen, just leave me alone, man. I got my own shit going on. I'm not interested in anything that any other guy's got going on. Period. I eliminate all those minds away out of my life. Unless it's a ministerial duty, or I need to help a dude, or a dude needs to help me, or whatever, that's a neighbor, that's different. That's just common courtesy. I don't consider that really a friendship. That's common courtesy to your neighbor. People get confused. I'm much more discreet, over the years in how I view these things in my time. And I really, I'm trying to work on my music. The next video I'm going to do today, I might put a compilation together of the first 4 songs, but I only have some of them on my phone, and Primordial Tendency is already on the YouTube channel, but I don't know how I can get that song onto a compilation without my computer, and my computer's in Virginia, my Mac with that stuff, so. But anyways, I'm interested in my music now, and any person, like I said, relationships I need, listen, I'm gonna pursue those. So, anyways, so I came into Denver late, 3 hours late, and I got off the bus. I got my stuff, and I'm going to save comment. I've already made comment to Greyhound, and I have to do a written report. But anyways, I need to enshrine this incident here in the video as far as my personal log that I'm sharing with the public, because it's going to become a public record. I don't really care. So, but anyways, this black woman, about 6'4", somewhere around that, between 2 and 220, big woman, right? And she's asking other, because they were late, I guess she was trying to help them find their buses or whatever. And so she engaged me, and I says, listen, I just need to know what a bathroom is. And she says, I can't hear you, so I raised my voice. Like I said before, I think I mentioned it in other videos, this is a tactic that some of these people use for some reason. I guess I look like someone they can assault, and it's acceptable now because I'm a white guy. And this is very dangerous. Okay, to empower an entire segment of the population to look at a person like me without knowing anything else and considering me a threat to them, that I have somehow extended some kind of action at a distance that has totally disrupted their entire lives, right? It's nonsense. These people don't take any responsibility for their own decisions. I mean, listen, that's, don't come at me or my ancestors or whatever. I got nothing to do with that shit. I was born in 1961, but this is just how the Democratic Party is becoming more despotic because they want us all to fight. And this woman is all in apparently. But anyways, so I raised my voice so she could hear me. And she accused me of yelling at her. Don't yell at me, blah, blah, blah. Grabs my stick, starts pushing me. Well, she tried to push me, but I'm a strong guy. So she grabs the staff. She tries to push me. I step back. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, you crazy bitch, right? Fuck that. I don't give a fuck what she says. You assault me, I'll call you whatever the fuck I want. You're a crazy bitch, man. To think that you could go toe-to-toe with a dude like me. Apparently, this society here that you're living in condones your behavior. Well, I'm not having it, right? So I'm trying to walk away. This woman's still coming at me. She's following me, yelling at me like, she's my mommy, right? I mean, this woman's out of her fucking mind. She needs an attitude adjustment, and she gonna get it. I came up here to Denver County to do business, and I'm gonna attach her to my agenda. It's just a matter of time. So the cops were there, right? Same old story. I mean, I've been in cities before. White dudes apparently are always, a threat now with the Democratic Party. Even though there's white cops and stuff, man, they're coming after us. They've been coming after us for a while. These are despotic people committing race crimes against people like myself. And I could prove it. I got file cabinets full of challenges, okay, where I've had to defend myself against people like this. So I learned how to take matters into my own hands legally, right? Because I know the law. I learned the law. I didn't learn it just because I didn't have anything to do with myself. I learned it to use it, okay? And so the cops, I can look in their eyes. They see a backpack on me. Whatever information is being put in their goddamn ears for whatever reason, right? I can see their contempt. I can also, like one guy I can see his contempt. The other guy is just like, oh, poor boy, like he's a child or whatever kind of look, right? These people are screwy, right? They judge you based on how you look. And we fought to stop that in the 60s. I mean, they passed, civil rights legislation and everything. And it's not good enough for them because that's their whole game plan. They're criminals. I mean, the Democratic Party is a criminal organization. It's as simple as that. And sooner or later, the populace is going to have to go against them, right? Now, not to get off topic, but I think it's a good opportunity or a segue at this point to tell you what the government is. The government isn't the Democratic Party or the Republican Party or any other subset of the people. All right? The government is the people in whole, not in part, in whole. Me, you, every citizen, okay? The Democratic Party, like the Nazi Party and the Communist Party, the Bolsheviks, they've gone a bit too far, haven't they? This is the same old story, okay? So what they do, and like I've written before and I've said before, all right, but I feel I have to keep saying this. It's, this is my mantra. right? The government is just paper. It's just a design of rights and privileges guaranteed to the people by our maker, whoever you think that is. We have a right to defend ourselves. We have a right to own property, right? And we have a right not to have our property taken from us without due process of law, right? And it has to be a reasonable process. The government does not have the upper hand against an individual's rights, okay? It's just that's the way it is. They have to meet a certain burden to take away your right to own a firearm or anything else. They can't just pass a law. That's why the Democratic Party is despotic. They are the insurgents, just like the technocrats. These subpopulations of our overall population are trying to seize power over all of us. The Democratic Party wants to seize power over all of us. They want the military to be beholden to their party like the CCP's army. That's not the People's Republic of China's army. That's a political party's army. Right? This is history repeating itself, where good men leave a party or the parties mutate, right? Because they don't have the finance or the individual's mindsets that they used to have. So they have to take what they could get, right? And that's what you're seeing what's happening with the Democratic Party. All right? They are trying to seize power over all of us. And they want to tell us all how to live. And this is not going to end well. It never does. The problem is people aren't paying attention to human history. Every time a political party tries to seek power over the populace, they are ultimately overthrown, either by another government or by the populace itself. There is no way in hell, even if you put the Democratic Party and the Republican Party together, that could overcome the people's power under the Second Amendment. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, this subgroup of population in our country is trying to shame the rest of us into giving up our rights and privileges according to the Bill of Rights. All right? They are the insurgents. Okay? And it's all relevant to me because I have to deal with these party people that are running the mechanisms of government. These party people are also despotic because they protect themselves from the people. And by that I mean, if you look at a guy like Cuomo, I could get him convicted in front of a jury very quickly. The problem is they make up all these fancy arguments to protect a man like him because he's part of the party. Because the party's a communist party. It's not an American party. It's a party built on status and time and grade, you know, and things of that nature. That's why Biden's the president, because they have to uphold their rules, right? Right? But Biden is an illegitimate president according to, you know, the Constitution of the United States, because he's not running anything. Okay, so that's why the Democratic Party is also despotic, because they want to rule by more than one person. They want to rule by a council. That's unconstitutional. They can't do that. And now they want to take away your right to vote, right, in person, and stack all of the deck with their cards. Now, if you're hearing a lot of banging and bumping, it's because I'm in a hotel room, so we'll just ignore that because I don't want to go over this video again. I'm not in the studio, and these people are rude as hell, right? There ain't no reason to be banging on the goddamn floor. They're just jerks, right? I mean, anyways. The music now outside the window, So let me move on. So I'm in Denver dealing with these party people. As a citizen, they're holding these positions, right? So I have no um, control over who they are or how they're going to perform. I just have to use the system the best way I can. And this is an example of how crucial we are in our society today, where the law is supposed to be blind. They shouldn't take into account whether they think I got some kind of mental aspect or whatever. They should look at the paper and see that it's the truth, right? They don't like just put the paper aside and say, "Oh, he's a nut guy." Listen, that's not what our system is based on, and we can't allow it to be perverted in that way. So, anyways, I told the cops, I says, "Well, I don't need you then," right? So I goes upstairs, right? I go upstairs and then they stop me again. So, well, wait a minute, you can't leave yet. I said, "What are you talking about, man?" "Oh, some guy said you did something or whatever." I'm like, this is crazy, man, right? These strangers are making up stories, right? I got assaulted and now I got another person making up a story about me. It's street crap. You know, these street guys, right? These cops will use them to their advantage. I don't trust these cops as far as I could throw them. I'm sorry. I've dealt with too many of you guys, right? I'm sure there's a lot of good guys, right? But you get a group mentality, at least, especially, you know, when you get a pack mentality, let's say, right? And even the good guys are following the pack. They don't use any discretion whatsoever. So if some asshole cop gets in your face, right, and you're standing in front of him as a citizen and you expect him to give you the due respect you're entitled to as a man, even, okay? These cops, some of these cops, they treat you like shit. Their reputation is shit because, like I said before in my other video, the good cops go along with it and don't get rid of the bad guys. And that's why the political parties, and I say, so the good guys have a line that they won't cross, you see? And so that's how the good gets purged from the system. Because eventually, as you move up or whatever, you start to deal with these criminals in our system. They all pretend to be good people. And I'm not saying there aren't some, but I'm telling you, a lot of them are straight up criminals, and I could prove it. The President of the United States is a straight up criminal. You put him in front of a jury, they'll convict him. As a matter of law, they have to. I mean, he violated the Emoluments Clause, first of all. That's not a political impeachment thing, right? That's a crime against the people according to the Constitution. That's a high crime, all right, what Biden has done, right? But so then what happens is you get these guys like Cuomo who percolate to the top. It's their turn. But they are total nut jobs, egomaniacs. Megalomania flows through their freaking brain to the point where they kill people. All right? And then they don't want to be accountable, and the party's going to protect Cuomo? You're disgusting people, man. Your whole system within your party is not the way this country is going to be. And you're fooling yourself into believing that. You might be able to push some dude over the edge that looks like me and make up all this story and keep this racist shit going. Okay? That works with very stupid people. You know, you get the Antifa in the street. You start up all these fires and everything. You scare all the beta dudes and the feminists or whoever, and you're not an insurgents party. You're not attacking the American people. I mean, you know, like what he's doing with the border, he's letting people in that are sick and everything else, man. This isn't mommy's house. This is the people's house. And if people want to be protected against these diseases, people, okay, there's a lot of reasons to have a border. It ain't so that the Democratic Party could get more communist thinking people into this country so they can change our country. Listen. So anyways, I managed to talk to the security, make a long story short, the next day. And I informed them that I want the video. And they instructed me on how to get the video. And I'm currently in the process of doing that. Of course, I have to triage my business. I wasn't expecting this. But like I said, this woman needs an attitude adjustment. Okay, apparently I don't even know if she's abusing these other homeless people. I mean, she's a big woman. She could do a lot of damage to someone, you know? So anyways, I'm going to get the video to cooperate, and then I'm going to file an application for a criminal complaint against them. I mean, it took a little while for those security dudes to realize, you know, for me to get into their head. You know, for them to realize, I told them, listen, I'm the real deal, and I'm going to prove it to you, right? Now, if the state doesn't want to prosecute her for assault, I'll sue her civilly myself and take every fucking penny I can from her. I don't give a fuck. This woman needs to be punished. There is no mercy for people like that in my soul. She needs to be punished according to the law. Right? And it's all on video. She can't escape. So I have to deal with that. But while while I had that in my brain, I came up here to file my removal papers, as I said, in the Denver County. And I did that. I started the civil proceeding in Denver County. And to remove the jurist and venue from Castile County to Denver County. So I got that done. Everybody served. And so yesterday I called up Greyhound. Of course, another big corporation that wants to be sued, actually, before they take recognition of anything. Now, I explained to these people, you know, you need to talk to somebody on the phone, right? Because I need to make you aware. You know, because by the time I fill out that form on email that they probably don't even read, I'll probably be ending up suing Greyhound. Because I don't want that woman coming near me. So I had to call them. I told them, I said, listen, this is what happened. I don't want that woman near me. I could get my ticket on the phone. I don't need to talk to nobody. That's the way they do it. You buy the ticket, and then the guy scans your phone, you get on. That's it. I don't even need to go into the building. No. Right? So basically, the inside of the building is a homeless shelter for some people. And they're using the bathrooms for whatever means. According to one of the security guards, they're doing drugs and whatever things in there. And there's a security guard standing outside the bathroom, letting people in and out. Right? So I go in there, and there's people camped out in the goddamn toilets. I'm not going back in that fucking building. I don't have to go back in that building. I went in that building to take a goddamn piss, and that's the only reason why I went in it. It's just a small depot. Union Station in Denver, on Water Street. Okay? I went back there. I took video of the place. So, anyways. They're just... You know, I also called them because they're not publishing their schedule. And that's how I'm trapped here. Because I can't get a morning bus until Tuesday. They only do mornings Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But they leave from Pueblo every morning. So I got trapped. So I wanted to make sure I had the schedule too, and that was very difficult to get out of these people. Go to the website. Listen, I don't call you for you to tell me to go to a goddamn website. Why do they even pay you people? Right? Why don't they just say, listen, we're not going to have a phone number, and we're not going to talk to you human to human. Right? Use our website, right? And the website don't show shit. It don't show what the schedule's for Denver and, I should say. I need to project it to the future. Anyways, so I got a little bit set up here. I met a woman. Maybe we could be friends. I'm really not interested otherwise, right? But you never know. But she's nah. I'm not interested. She's a very nice lady. I'm not gonna get into it, So I don't know. Maybe I'll meet someone before I totally go underground. I mean, because I can't last much. These party people are killing me, right? So, anyways, that's the update. So, I did what I could legally, to try to remove that vehicle issue up to Denver County. If the federal court doesn't listen, I shouldn't have to make. I don't see why any jurist would say that I have to argue the same argument when I'm already in federal court that supersedes them when it comes to a constitutional argument. A declaratory judgment, right? Or a rightfully brought jurisdictional grievance. And I picked up this lady and I can't let her go. I mean, I got to get the video, but I'm just trying to clear my mind right now. Today's Sunday, tomorrow Monday. Um, I'll see if I can get the video, and then I'm gonna file an application against her, and then the court could do what they want. I mean, I can't prosecute her. I can only bring the criminal complaint, and that's all cops do. Cops do not prosecute people. They just bring a criminal complaint, just like I'm gonna bring. The only difference, like I try to tell citizens, is citizens need to get more active. That does not see. They don't like citizens to do that because a lot of citizens lie. But if you go to court and you lie, you could go to prison. You should go to prison, right? But um, that should not be used as an excuse not to treat a person like myself when they could read my paper, my presentation, right? I mean, it's just so. That's where I'm at today on the 7th. Just trying to relax a little bit. It was very contentious when I got here. But, Denver is downtown. A lot of beta dudes, right? Same old fucking story. Place I really don't want to be at. I don't want to live in Denver. And it's a nice little town, right? But I don't want to live here, right? I want to live out in the country. That's why I came here. Right? There's more women here. That doesn't mean I can't come up here when things get better and go dancing and maybe meet a woman or something if I don't meet somebody by then or somebody else doesn't, whatever. But anyways, I said what I said about that. So I set up a few things so that I can conduct business up here. I need to get back to Pueblo. And yeah, so I was walking around yesterday. I know it sounds like I'm just freestyling talking, right? So I was walking around yesterday, and like I said, a lot of beta dudes. I'm using my phone to show me establishments. So I go into this Brooklyn Pizza. I figured I'd check out their pizza, right? Since I'm a pizza aficionado myself. Okay. So, excuse me. So I go in there, and these people. I mean, what do I got? I got my shorts on. Well, no, I had my pants on yesterday, and I had my sleeveless shirt on, my blade. And these people act like they're threatened. Not the citizens sitting there, but the people that own the place. So I go up there, I order a pizza. And I'm talking to the woman for a few minutes. It's taking a few minutes for me to tell her what I want, right? And so then the dude comes over and he objects to my blade in his establishment. So I told him, you could keep it. I mean, yeah, it's right. But, let me just tell you something about a guy like that, right? He has no freaking discrimination whatsoever when it comes to who is or who is not a credible threat. None whatsoever. So guys like that have to eliminate whatever they see, right? Because they think that makes them feel safe. Well, let me tell you something. Before you get to Alfred, you're going to have to do a lot. You're going to have to go through a lot of my defenses before I have to go to that. And that usually requires more than one individual. Okay? Like 3 or something like that. I'm an old guy now, so you put me in a corner that, you know, puts you even in a more dangerous position. Right? So you can't be aggressive towards me. And it's all legal. And when I get my weapon, I'm going to be strapping. And I know they're going to try to stop me from getting a weapon, right? But I got no record for them to do that. You know? And they can't say because they don't like me I can't have a weapon, because I'm going to tell you right to your goddamn face, I'll be strapping. You don't want me in your establishment? I don't need to go in there, dude. Right? So this man, right, I was willing to try his pizza, and it ain't just about one pizza. It's about a customer coming back and buying more pizza and building up your... But I guess apparently he doesn't want a guy like me around. Right? So I just told him, keep your goddamn pizza, man. You're a goddamn paranoid beta, dude. And I walked out. Right? So, I'm walking in the streets and people come at you, right? Like, I can move my body, right? And I can watch them, how they come towards me, right? And I'll cross the street or whatever. But then you get jammed because more people are getting out in the street now. I mean, this is a city, And these 2 big freaking dudes, right? And I feel sorry for you guys. I mean, you're going to die young. Guaranteed. You never live to be as long as I live, right? But, they're going to push their weight around. They're taking up the whole sidewalk. You cannot go through that. You have to go into the street, or you have to suffer the pedestrian press, I call it. That's how rude motherfuckers they are. That one wouldn't even get in front of the other. Their sole intent was to take up the whole motherfucking sidewalk, right? So I see him coming from like 20 yards. I go and I get myself out of the way into this little bump out where this little restaurant or whatever it was. So they could walk by and I don't have to deal with them. But you know what? They decided to turn into that. And they just, listen, right? So I just said, man, what the fuck, dude? You're taking up the whole goddamn sidewalk. I don't give a fuck about all these genteel people sitting around. You need a fucking attitude adjustment, too, on the other end. You fucking motherfuckers think that you're so self-important, right? All your polished skin and your clothes and all that. Listen, I take care of myself, too. All right, but the air of arrogance circulating around your brain that I could pick up is just repugnant to me. You're not real people. Most of you are just performers. You play the game. You're locked up in your own brain. And you just go through the script like society tells you to. I got nothing to do with you, man. Right? So, fine, I make it to this hot dog shop, gourmet hot dog shop. I had me a Kobe hot dog with mustard and onion and some fries, and it was really good. It was expensive. I mean, I don't know how much Kobe's really in it. I mean, let's face it, right? But, I mean, it's just a hot dog. It tastes like a fucking hot dog. It didn't taste any special. It didn't melt in my mouth like there was a lot of Kobe fat in it. But it was still a good hot dog, man. It was really good. It wasn't, something that you would normally get. Let's put it that way. So, it was worth it. So I gave him the thumbs up, went about my way, and then I came here. And this is where I am now. It's Sunday morning, sitting here, looking around, whatever. So there's this place, Anthony's Pizza, I got last night. I got a couple of slices sent over here. The chicken, no good. Right, little freaking pieces of chicken, right? I mean, it tasted good, but it wasn't, like your regular size pieces, right? That's the downside on that. But it did taste good. They're good cooks. The pizza was really good. And I'm going to get me a whole pie the minute they open up at 11. They got a good Neapolitan, right? I don't want the Sicilian because it's too many calories, right? But the Neapolitan's good, man. They make good pizza. It's Anthony's. Golden, Colorado. You ever want a good, Neapolitan? That's all I could tell you. I haven't tried the Sicilian, but if they're selling Sicilian pizza and the Neapolitan's that good, somebody's Italian over there, or they learned from an Italian. That's all I got to say, right? So yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's what I'm gonna do. I had somebody listen to my music this morning, Christ Avenger, the character, and I explained what I might want to do with it. They listened to it. They said they thought it was pretty good. I might pay this lady out here $1 a minute or something, because I can do a strip. I could do some artwork with the music. There's really a lot I could do with this, but that requires a lot of time. A lot of time I don't have right now because of this controversy. I mean, if everything worked out the way I wanted, then, and now my sculpture's suffering because I can't do that. And because, they're grinding me down financially. So I need to be made whole. It's very difficult. So I'm going to see if I can, next business I need to see if I can get an attorney to represent me against the VA. Okay, because unless the court comes up with some connection, okay, with the people in Alamosa that manipulated her, or however it came out, they're going to have to be sued separately. But I had to put it in my application for a criminal complaint because there's a crimes there that they have to pursue. There's not a discretion. I'm a citizen. I'm telling you. I can prove this. If you don't find it, that's a question for a jury because I got the proof. And I don't know why you can't find it. And I don't know why you're attacking proof that could be gotten electronically. That has nothing to do with my character, and I'm a good character. I'm an honest person, man. I'm right out there. What you see is what you get, right? You push me, I'm gonna elevate myself to your level. Okay? That's not an aggression on my part. That's an aggression on your part. Okay, whether it is passive aggressive or just straight up violent with me. I did everything I could to restrain myself from that woman because I know how to handle myself. And I know at what point she poses a threat to me. She didn't actually, require me to, whatever. But you shouldn't be afraid to. I mean, anybody that puts their hands on you, they mean you harm. Okay? You should not be afraid to defend yourself against those people. And the courts need to defend your right to do that. It don't matter who the person is or whatever their story is, or that's all mitigating circumstances for a sentence. It has nothing to do with whether somebody gets convicted or not. So it's going to be real interesting to see how the county handles my application for the criminal complaint, right? You can't dispute video. Same thing with my federal case. You can't dispute the evidence I got. You could lie to a jury, you can't dispute it. It's whatever. You could tell your story about how I deserve to be treated a certain way, which again is not a legal defense. All right? But that's what they do. They attack your person, right? And that's what you're seeing. They're full on now, out there, just like the Nazi Party was. They want to burn books. They want to take away every right that you have in order to control you. Again, this is not going to end well for them eventually. Until next time, think free, be free, and find somebody to love, really.